In this video, we'll demonstrate how a training coordinator can add users to the SkillPro system. First, select the User Admin link on the menu to the left. Once the Search User Accounts page loads, you'll need to enter at least two of the fields in the search box that match the employee you're looking for. Note that you do not have to enter the full name for an employee. Any matched returns that have never been entered into the SkillPro system before will show in the Matching Users in SVS table at the top. Any returned users who have been entered to SkillPro at one point in the past will show in the Current SkillPro Users table at the bottom. Select the employee by either clicking the Add User to LMS or Select User button next to the employee you need to add. As a training coordinator, you will not be able to edit any of the user details information, but you will be able to see the user's name, username for the system, personal information, and permission level in the system. All users entered have a default student permission level. You will be able to add an alias if the user has a different name that some of their records may be tied to, or to add a credential for the user. Credentials are academic or professional credentials the user may have earned in the past, such as a college degree or a CPM credential. As a training coordinator, you will be able to edit the position information for any user who has a facility program that is in your area of permissions. If the user you've selected has not been assigned a facility program yet, you will still be able to edit their position information as long as the agency type matches yours, either DJJ or provider. To edit the position information, click the Edit Position icon on the right side of this table. This will load the Position Details page. Any information that is imported into SkillPro from SVS will be non-editable here. You will assign a branch, region, circuit, facility program, and management unit for this employee. You will also assign a learning path. These are the training requirements based on the employee's position. The learning path options are divided into DJJ and contract learning paths. You can also look at the program the employee works in to select the correct path for them. For instance, there is a Contracted Prevention Services learning path, or a DJJ Juvenile Detention Officer learning path. For supervisors, there are special supervisor learning paths that have the additional requirements built in. So a DJJ Juvenile Detention Officer would receive the DJJ Juvenile Detention Officer learning path. However, their supervisor would receive the DJJ Juvenile Detention Supervisor learning path. Daniel Clark works in staff development and training, so we'll assign him the DJJ Administrative Support Staff learning path. For each employee, you will also select the status for their learning path. This is either initial or in service. If the employee is completing their first year of initial training requirements under the DJJ training rule and policy, select initial. However, if the employee is completing their in-service requirements for the specific learning path, select in-service. If you're not sure which learning path or status to select, email skillpro@djj.state.fl.us or submit a support request in the system. There are 3 dates in the position table here: the effective date for the learning path, and the date of hire and date of appointment for the employee. Generally, the date of hire and date of appointment are non-editable because they have been imported from SVS. The date of hire is the employee's date of hire to their first position with the agency. The date of appointment is their date of appointment to their current position. So if the employee is in the only position they have ever held at this agency, these 2 dates will be the same. However, if the employee has held multiple positions during their tenure with this agency, their date of appointment will be different and more recent than their date of hire. You will need to enter an effective date for the learning path for this employee, and this will generally be their date of appointment to their current position, because their learning path is the list of training required for that position. However, in some instances, the date of appointment may have changed for an employee, but their actual position and job duties have not. For instance, you may have an officer who has moved from one city to another, and with that change, a new date of appointment has been assigned for their new position number. However, they are still holding the same job duties that they have always had. In this case, your effective date would be the date that that officer began the job requiring that learning path. Again, if you're not sure which date to enter for the effective date, feel free to submit a support request or contact us at skillpro@djj.state.fl.us. You may also enter a phone number, work email, and alternative personal email for this user. All fields on this page except for the contact information are required. An employee will not receive any auto messaging from the system if no email is entered for them. Once you have entered all the information in this page, click Save. And now your employee is entered into SkillPro and ready to log in for themselves.